Hello, and welcome to today's video. Today is going to be my step-by-step leveling guide for Season 17. I'm going to first take you through bounty prepping that you should be doing this week. Then I'm going to take you through when to turn in your bounty next season. Then I'm going to take you through the Pinnacle leveling cap, and then we'll be out of here. I hope everyone enjoys, and let's get this video started. Alright, so the first thing you should be doing as a pre-season, because as part of a leveling guide, you have to cover what happens before the season starts. Before the season starts, the first thing you should be doing is bounty prepping. The easiest way to bounty prep is simply do daily bounties from every single vendor that is not a seasonal vendor or an event vendor. So do not do the bounties from the Helm. Do not do the bounties from Guardian games. These bounties more than likely will be depreciated at the end of the season, and therefore will just not give you XP, and therefore any progress or effort you put into getting them done will just simply vanish. Now, the easiest way to track these bounties is through a website called Destiny Recipes. As you can see here, we have the website URL is destinyrecipes.com/checklist. This will show you the amount of XP you get per bounty, and will also show you which bounties you can do. Now, the ones I recommend, like I said, is to do all daily bounties from all vendors, even the planetary ones, and the weekly bounties for the planetary vendors as well. These weekly bounties include the 3 from the Star Horse, the 2 from Eris Morn, the 2 from the Lectern of Enchantment on the Moon. I only do the Ascendant Challenge one because Blindwell is a little dead right now, so I do the Ascendant Challenge one from the Dreaming City, the 2 from the Cosmodrome, and then the 1 from Varix. Do not do your Iron Banner bounties this season, seeing as these will be depreciated at the end of the season since Iron Banner tokens are being taken away. They have publicly stated these Iron Banner bounties are going away. So before reset, I hope you turned in your Iron Banner bounties and turned in your tokens. If you didn't, well, you should have turned in your bounties and turned in your tokens. You can do the Blindwell one if you want. Just fair warning, it might take a while because Blindwell's pretty unpopulated. I prefer to do the ones that are efficient, won't take me a lot of time, and I can knock them out pretty quickly. Alright, now let's head into when to turn in these bounties next season. Alright, so when do we turn in these bounties? We turn in these bounties once you complete the opening quest line that gives you your artifact at the beginning of the season. The main reason to save bounties is that way you can quickly unlock your mods here on your artifact. Every season we get an artifact. Every season this artifact has champion mods. Every season the seasonal activity has champions in it. And especially if there's unstoppable champions, because you can't just burn unstoppable champions, really. You will want to have this unlocked. Also, a lot of the time, these last 2 columns have important mods that are going to influence how you play the whole season. For instance, this season we had Lucid Finisher. We also had Volatile Flow. We also had Void Overload nades. All of these mods this season directly influenced what our builds were, how we played any content in the game, really. Volatile Flow revolutionized how we used Void primaries for the entire season. Lucid Finisher made it so that people could come off of Aeons and run other things while still providing that support with heavy ammo to their team. I mean, some people even doubled up with Lucid Finisher and were able to drop double heavy bricks for everybody, though I didn't feel that was necessary. You oftentimes will have a key important scav for the whole season. This season we had Rocket Scav, which, as strong as popular as rockets were this season as a whole, this is huge. And so I would always make sure that you unlock your artifact mods as quickly as possible, so that way you can use as many of them as possible as soon as possible. Alright, now I'm going to walk you through some more nuanced things when it comes to leveling up your artifact and leveling up your season pass. Alright, so what are some things that can help you level up your season pass or artifact relatively quickly? The biggest thing is the seasonal challenges. Now, I don't do all of them every season, and I don't get the huge clump of bright dust that's right here. The large pile, it's like 20,000 bright dust or something. It's a lot of bright dust for doing however many Bungie wants you to do. It's usually not quite all of them. It's usually you can skip 2 or 3 every season and not have to do, and you can still get the large clump of bright dust. However, I don't do that because once I get to 100 on my season pass, I don't care. And once I'm on 100 and plus 15, I don't care about the XP leveling. It's pointless after that. So I will always do the big XP ones. And for an example, you have like this one here, where for Wellspring, you need to defeat the Warden of the Spring and the Light Flyer in Wellspring. And this is going to give you Challenger XP, and it's got the double plus plus. This is like 15,000 XP just to turn in. And an efficient way to turn this in is here on the Season Pass. And on the Season Pass, there is a XP bonus here. And you're going to get a XP bonus every couple levels here on the Season Pass on the Premium track. And the first one you get is right here at level 5. And this is part of the reason to turn in your bounties early. If you can get to about level 10 just off of bounties, you're going to get a 4% bounty increase for simply just being in a fire team with somebody. And the most efficient way to just be in a fire team with somebody, because I know not everybody has friends, a little trick you can do is either if you have like people on your friends list who you've like played with before and they're sitting there with their fire team open and they're in a destination, that's the key part, like, you know, this guy, he's in the tower. You can join them, and as long as they're in a destination, you can very simply just turn everything in. And once they're there, you'll get the XP bonus for being in the destination. What I do is I fly into the tower, and then from the tower, I find some poor soul who has their fire team set to open, join them, turn in all their bounties, and leave. I'll turn in all my bounties, I'll turn in all my seasonal quests all at once, and you like will end up in the long run like doubling your XP amount you could get for just turning it in normally. Do you need to do this? No. Does it speed up the process, and does it explain how people end up with level 100 week 1? Yes, it does. There's a lot of things people do that make it so that they end up, you know, level 100 within the first week. It's things like they started bounty prepping the first week of the season for the new season. You'll see people who have, you know, every single weekly clan bounty possible saved up in their inventory. Those are 12,000 XP each. You'll have things like people with every single weekly bounty possible saved up. And that's another, you know, 10,000 XP right there. You know, every weekly bounty is 12,000 XP. Every daily bounty is 6,000 XP. So every weekly bounty you can save up for the sacrifice of a daily bounty is literally doubling your XP. And you'll see people with, you know, 15, 20 weekly bounties per character. And that, you know, that's 12,000 XP times, you know, like 20, which is, you know, lots of XP. So, yeah, you don't have to be super efficient if you want to just get a head start. If you wanted to be super efficient, you would have started this week 1 of the new season, and you would have started prepping clan bounties, and you would have started prepping all the weekly bounties you could prep a while ago, and then you would have been more prepared for the new season as a whole instead of doing it last minute like me and so many others do. All right, that's going to be it for this part. Now I'm going to walk you through the Pinnacle grind. All right, so the the Pinnacle level grind. How do you do it? How do you do it efficiently? And how do you do it in such a way that you're not here the whole, you're not here the whole season coming in every week getting Pinnacles? All right, so this is relatively simple to do. Starting next season, there are going to be a few changes, though. So starting next season, we're going to have a featured dungeon and a featured raid that are going to be dropping Pinnacle gear. My guess is next season for the first week, the new dungeon that we get with the deluxe edition will be the featured dungeon. And then my assumption is it will be any other raid besides Val. It'll be a different raid besides Val since we've had Val the whole season. And so what that'll mean is you'll want to complete the feature raid, whichever raid it is, and it will give you a Pinnacle for each chest, which will be a +2 Pinnacle for each chest. You will then want to go do the featured dungeon. However, if it's not the new dungeon, and the reason I'm saying if it's not the new dungeon, because I don't know how the new dungeon is going to behave yet. However, the new dungeon does behave like the other dungeons in the game. If it does, then you'll simply just need to complete the boss encounter to get the Pinnacle drop. The other drops throughout the dungeon are simply powerful drops, and they're +5 powerfuls. So they're huge powerful bonuses, but if you're already Pinnacle cap, if you're already powerful cap, those powerfuls do nothing for you. So you'll want to go to whichever dungeon it is, and you want to kill the final boss. Once you kill the final boss, it will give you a Pinnacle that is a +2. From there, you're going to want to do your Nightfall. The first week, don't even try Master Nightfall. You're going to be like 30 to 40 under a Master Nightfall. I mean, this season, a Legend Nightfall is 1550. A Master Nightfall is 1580. So next season, a Legend Nightfall is going to be 1560. A Master Nightfall is going to be 1590. So yeah, you're going to come into your first Master Nightfall 30 under, and it's going to feel worse than a GM does. Like, you're just going to die to everything. Like, just don't do it. Just go play Legend Nightfall. 98.8% of Nightfalls can be cleared on Legend for 100k score pretty simply. You just got to take it a little slow, and you'll be fine. There are a couple Nightfalls where there's so many enemies that if you kill, like, basically every enemy, you can clear it on hero. One of those is Devil's Lair, because there's just so many ads during the whole thing that you can clear it for 100k pretty lightly and get it. So the Legend 100k on that is absolutely free. Then from there, you're going to want to go do your Strike, your Gambit, and your Crucible 3 games. Each of these are a +1 Pinnacle, and they should help level out the gear you have gotten for +2 Pinnacles. And once you've done all of those, you're probably going to have finished by this point your Clan XP one. And this Clan XP is granted to you by completing Clan Bounty, or by just playing the game. And I know what this says. This says it's a powerful gear tier 2. However, that is a lie. In fact, this is a Pinnacle +1. And it's a huge disservice that Bungie doesn't stress this, because literally just not being in a clan, you are sacrificing a Pinnacle, and it's stupid. There shouldn't be a punishment for not being part of a clan, because not being part of a clan, you are sacrificing your leveling process to do so. And IMO, that's really stupid and shouldn't be a thing. So next, you are going to want to do every other Pinnacle in the game. So there's a whole bunch that you can do right now. For instance, you can complete the 100k story mission. That's a Pinnacle gear. You can complete a Master Wellspring, and it'll give you a Pinnacle gear. You can complete Master Vox Obscura. Now, there is a chance this Pinnacle will go away at the end of the season, and we'll get a new seasonal exotic quest like this, and it will be our Pinnacle gear. However, that is very possible. So be aware of that. If this one goes away, next season there'll be a different one for everybody to do. Then you can also complete your Perseverance mission for another Pinnacle gear. Sadly, I did check this the second week, though I didn't need Pinnacles. The voice lines in here don't change, and it's not like a ever revolving story mission. It's a do it once and boom, there you go. You get your Pinnacle gear. And its story doesn't change, which is kind of boring. And you can also do the 250,000 score or higher Dares of Eternity. The easiest way to do this is just go to Legend and do a Legend and just clear everything. You'll get it pretty easily. It's pretty easy to get 250k if you do it on a Legend one. But that is all for the Pinnacle grind. Also, something to note is often every season you'll have a Pinnacle here or like, maybe over here next season. Because my guess is that they're going to do something similar like they did last season, where next season it's going to be back over here for the area we use for the vendor for the season, and then we'll have another one like over here. My guess is throughout the season we'll have one in each spot, and so at the end of the year the helm will be completely full, then the helm will be reset and it'll be cleared again. But do be aware that oftentimes the vendor for the season has a Pinnacle gear challenge associated with them, so be on the lookout for that. If for some reason by the end of week 1 you're not like super close, in week 2 of the season we will have Iron Banner. Iron Banner will have a full +2 Pinnacle associated with it next season. It's just going to be 1 due to Iron Banner changes, but I'll be going over all the changes you need to know about on Thursday, and so you'll be able to get 1 Pinnacle from Iron Banner per character, and this will also help with your leveling process. Alright, that's basically it for the leveling process. Alright, that's going to be it for the video today. I just wanted to give everybody a helpful leveling guide to get them started on the right track here as we enter Season 17. I hope everyone has enjoyed this leveling guide, that you're going to start hearing this little update that I'm about to give you more often. But I just wanted to let everyone know as a reminder that in the middle of June, I will not be in town. I will actually be away. The last week of June, the first 2 weeks of July, I will not be in town. However, you won't notice that I'm gone. I have my normal set of 9 videos for the 3-week period planned out, and I'm going to pre-record them and get them uploaded, and I'll also have to set them as public. I'm just letting everyone know that if I'm like slow to reply to comments, or if my videos seem like they're not changing in like my power level or anything, or if it seems kind of weird that like I'm not covering more recent topics, it's because I'm not in town to cover these things. Obviously, as things change, if things get updated that I need to cover, I'll cover those when I get back and make sure I catch everything up when I am back. That is it for today. I hope everyone enjoyed. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like on this video and subscribing to the channel for more content just like this. And I'll see everyone in the next one. Thank you all, and goodbye.